good afternoon, and welcome to Eating with Dagmar. I'm trying to do an English accent because I'm making this video for my friend across the pond, Diane. And it's a little bit of an ambitious video. I'm going to make coconut cream, fresh coconut cream, and coconut milk. So it's going to be a noisy video. I can tell you that. So sorry in advance. So first thing, we've got our coconut. Put the lime in the coconut. And what inspired me to make this video, besides Diane, was the fact that I got some watermelon. Look at this beautiful, locally grown watermelon that has seeds in it. You know how hard it is to find a watermelon with seeds that's not been modified? Because when you eat the watermelon, it's good to eat everything, as much of the white rind and all the seeds, because they all serve a purpose. Those seeds are like diuretics, so as you're imbuing all this wateriness and liquid, something bit me. Gosh, this is the one thing that drives me nuts in the South. You get bitten all the time by no-see-ums. They're like no-see-ums. You can't see them. Okay, so I got the watermelon, and I want to make this special, it's like a hydrating sports formula where you combine watermelon with raw milk and with coconut cream. So I thought, okay, today is the day. So first thing, you need one of these things, or if you have a very pointy knife, and you find the softest hole. These two are hard, this one is soft, and you try to enlarge the hole, and then you pour the milk. Hopefully, oh, see, oh, sometimes they go really slow, so I just crack the coconut, and then there's a shortcut I can do to this, and maybe I will demonstrate that. Ideally, it would be great if one could poke two holes in this, so you could create a better flow, but one hole is all we got. At least one hole is all this coconut got. What am I going to do with this milk afterwards? I'm going to integrate it into the coconut milk that I'm going to make. They call this the coconut water. This is the coconut water, not the milk. I will be making the milk. And this is the coconut water. Gosh darn it, there's got to be a faster way to do this. Let me see if I can force a hole into one of these. No, I can't. Come on. So, this whole process is time consuming, so why am I don't know why I'm trying to make it faster. Just have to embrace the slow flow. You know, it's all very good for us because we're just always rushing, or at least most people I know, myself included. I'm always rushing, finishing something, trying to get it done. And sometimes I feel that all I'm calling for is slow. Give me some slow. Give it to me slow. I'm laughing because I'm having another conversation inside my head, which is not for public consumption. But it does entertain me, and it does make, I feel like I'm milking a cow. Milking the coconut. Put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. This drink that I will be making with the watermelon, once I make the coconut cream, in it is watermelon, coconut cream, milk, raw apple cider vinegar, lime, lemon, a little dash of honey, and if you have some raw cream, would be great too. And what else goes in there? Raw milk, I did say that, right? Oh, it's done! And it sounds kind of disgusting. It sounds like, ooh, Like raw apple cider vinegar with watermelon and milk is not going to curdle? Well, it doesn't. It actually, you blend it, of course. You blend it all together. It's the most creamiest, most delicate flavored, kind of very light, summery taste. I was shocked. I was just doing this for health benefits. And I thought, okay, I guess I can take it. But then when I made it, I was like, oh my God, this shit is good. I mean, it actually tastes good. So here's my pure coconut water. And now comes the part of cracking the coconut, where it would be so lovely to have a man around one day. As a matter of fact, this little cloth Diane gave me. So this coconut happens to be scored, like they already put like a line in it, but you don't need, it doesn't matter if it is or it isn't. The idea is you just take the coconut. I have another one here that's not scored, and I can show you. No matter what the coconut is, you basically hit it in a circle. You go in a circle and you hit it in the middle. And you just keep going in a circle. And perhaps it would be a good idea to wear some glasses while you do this, because a piece could fly into your eye, so don't open your eyes. And there are pieces flying around my kitchen. Okay, keep going in a circle. And it cracked open. Oh, this is my favorite theory. I just cannot not talk about this. I feel that every woman is a nut, but a different kind of nut. Some women are coconuts, and they require quite a bit of cracking. You have to be a master coconut cracker to open the heart of a coconut woman. But some women are peanuts. You just beep, and it opens just like that. No big deal. And the problem in relationships begin when, let's say, a coconut cracker meets a peanut woman. And she's always feeling like he's bashing her, where she's like, hey, I'm already open, stop. Or vice versa, a coconut woman meets a peanut squeezer. And she's like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel your presence. Where are you? I feel like I'm still so guarded and hidden and repressed. Why can't you just blow me open with the strength of your masculine poetry? Anyway, I don't know. I'm just philosophizing. I have been thinking about this for a while. So now you need this instrument. I'll put a link to it. It's just like, what, $8 or something on, unfortunately, Amazon, but I'm sure any, store you can get it. So this is, makes it a lot easier to remove the meat. And you basically just, I have my phone on airplane mode, and what the heck? How is it that it's going through airplane mode? Oh, I'm seriously contemplating pulling out my old flip phone and seeing if I can find a server or company that will. See how much easier this makes it than with a knife? I mean, here it is. You popped it out. I am such a good coconut cracker. Unfortunately, I am not gay. Because if I like women, I'd really know how to crack those coconut girls. But I could use a coconut cracker myself. I think I'm more like a macadamia if I were to be a nut. Okay, now I go do the other half, and I had this just sitting at room temperature, which is ideal. And if you're in a cold climate, and if it happens to be winter, I And what I do when I make this in the winter, or sometimes even in the summer when the coconut is out of the refrigerator, after I cut it into little pieces, I put it on a plate. And as a matter of fact, I will do it, but I have to turn on either a dehydrator or a heater, and I put it on a plate in front of it to warm it up. Because when you warm it up, you don't want to heat it, you don't want to kill the enzymes. Because when you warm it up, it helps to release the fats more. Because what I'm going to do with this coconut is I'm going to juice it. Now, this is kind of, damn, how dare you? I guess I have to turn it all the way off. I'm going to juice this coconut, and it will release its fat. And once it releases its fat, see, that wasn't so hard. Once it releases when it's warm, more fat comes out of it, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get all its fat, and okay. And then the shavings will come out, and I will use those shavings to make coconut milk. Oops. It's a flying coconut. So now I'm going to start putting coconut pieces. I'm going to cut it into little pieces. And the reason I cut it into little pieces is because unless you have some mega powerful juicer, like one of those, what is it called? Is it well, this is an Omega, but it's not one of the most expensive Omega ones. But you need a really strong juicer, so you don't want to break your juicer. So that's why we heat it up, and we also cut it into little pieces, as small pieces as you can have the patience to cut it into. So I'll show you how small I cut mine, because Diane had said she had tried to do this and it broke a part of her juicer. So see, these are really small. So I'm putting them in the plate, and I'm going to turn on the heater, even though it's already freaking hot here. But for the sake of this recipe, so what happens is when you juice the coconut, basically it's like juicing a carrot, except this juice is full of fat. And it's liquid when you juice it, and then you put it in the refrigerator and it hardens like butter. And you can just take spoonfuls of it or make desserts, or like the dessert I made yesterday, which was, I think the video previous to this was where I took figs and pistachios and I put them in a little jar, so a layer of this coconut cream on top of that. Oh my God, that would be like an incredible, that would be a memorable dessert. So, all right, so this is the time-consuming part, cutting it. And the heater just kicked in. It's my infrared heater. And I'm doing this so that I don't destroy my juicer. And also when I make the coconut milk, which will be from the leftover of the coconut cream, I use that to put into, like when I make a celery cilantro juice, which I don't do a lot, but when I feel like I need that kind of potassium supplement, when I do that, I put the coconut milk into it, and it's a world of difference just drinking vegetable juice plain, which is it's a little strong, but when you put the coconut milk into it, it suddenly becomes this soft, gentle, smooth, creamy juice. There was a time back in 2001 when I was doing a lot of yoga, and I would go on these retreats into the mountains of Colorado, and I would always bring my raw cream with me, and I developed a reputation, and my name at that time that the yoga teacher gave me, Sophia Diaz, an amazing yoga teacher, my name was Creamy. And that's not bad. It could be a lot worse, right? I did not mind that name. So see, I have now all these little cubes, and I'm going to put them by the heater. And allow them to get warmer. And I'm still going to keep cutting. I mean, you don't have to heat it, but you won't get as much coconut cream out of it. It requires warmth, just like a woman requires warmth to release her goodness. I don't know why I just cannot stop with the analogies of food and women and men. But you know, this really, even though I do call it Eating with Dagmar, but really this show is nothing to do with food. Ultimately, I mean, it has everything to do with living creatively, and how we nourish our souls, and food happens to be one of the ways that we demonstrate to ourselves that we care about what goes inside us. And if you care about what goes inside you, by default, you end up caring about what goes out of you. This is for all you woke environmentalists. If you really wanted to be an environmentalist, you would not be eating how you're eating, because you'd be aware of what comes out of you and how that contributes to truly destroying the environment. If you're eating crappy GMO food and taking all kinds of recreational drugs, all of that is going back into the environment. So you're not adding to life. You're actually making a big mess, and you're leaving the microbes of the earth to clean up after you. You know, that's not nice. And you probably wouldn't even be shitting in your toilets or peeing there. You'd just be finding a way to recycle it with nature and turn it into something life-giving. The only time we do that is after we're dead and they go put us in the grave, and then you're finally giving back something of your biology. But a lot of times, even then, you still got so much toxic chemicals in you and drugs and whatever. Or, you know, your family decides to formaldehyde you, or I don't know what it is that they put in, embalm you. I mean, I'm calling out the environmentalists. You want to be environmental? Stop using your toilet and start eating well, so that what comes out of you is also a contribution. Okay, so now feel free to leave me comments, and I know I'm supposed to say what is it, hit like, or I'm supposed to say hit press the like button and subscribe. Oh yeah, subscribe. I see people doing that all the time on YouTube, and I just can't say it sincerely. Hit the like button and subscribe. It doesn't feel like it's my organic self. So now I'm warming up that coconut. Let's see, I can clean up a little bit and get the juicer ready. There's coconut pieces everywhere. And what else? Oh, okay. This is gonna be for when I make the milk. And all right. I wonder how this is. It's a good coconut. Sometimes they're not. Okay, so I have this ready, and then I'm gonna juice it directly into a jar. Now I have to find the right jar. I guess this will work. And it looks like a small jar, doesn't it? Well, this is probably all, if we get even this much from one coconut. I mean, you're really getting la crème de la crème, the best part of the coconut, the fat. So I'm gonna put this over it, and I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the juicer because I want that coconut cream to be pure without any pieces of anything, just pure cream. So that's there. Juicer is ready. Let's see if the coconut is warmed up. How are you, coconut? Are you warming up? Yep, it's feeling like it's definitely warming up. Actually, I think it's... Can you hear me? I think it's warm enough, yeah. Because it's warm out today too, so it didn't take much to warm it up. But if it's winter time, you may have to leave it there a little longer. Ooh, okay. All right, well, let's see what happens. And the trick is, don't put a whole bunch in, just really, you gotta go slow. So, let's see. Okay, no juice coming out yet. Oh, coming out already. Oh my gosh, that was fast. It's a very tedious process that requires patience. But what a great thing to practice. Patience. Patience and slowing down. Oh yeah, it's actually already, wow, usually it takes quite a while before any juice comes out. And see what's coming out the other end. It looks like just coconut flakes. Shredded coconut. Free shredded coconut. You could actually then throw that in the dehydrator. I'm really going bit by bit because I don't want to break my juicer. But what I'm going to do with that shredded coconut that's coming in here is I'm going to put it in the Vitamix, add some water, blend it, and then I'm going to put it in my nutsack. My favorite word that always makes me laugh. It's a nutsack. Well, I guess nut bag, but even that makes me laugh. So then I will put that in there, and then I will squeeze the nutsack, and I will get the water out. I mean, it will make milk then. It's a very clever way of continuing to keep making making products from the leftovers of the juicing. sort of like the philosophy that when you eat an animal, you should eat every bit of it from, I think they say from, wait, is it from nose to hoof, or ear to hoof, or face to hoof? I forget. But, so that's what I'm doing with this coconut. I am using every piece of it I can for my purposes of creating delicious food from it. And coconut cream, it's pretty detoxifying, you know. So you don't do too much of it. You know, just have a little bit in your dessert, or just have it around, like, and grab a spoon of the nice hardened coconut cream. It is cleansing. It will. It's not as gentle as raw butter, like raw coconut cream. Now, I'm not talking about coconut cream from a can, okay? I'm talking about the real deal. Oh, and you see, this is a very hands-on thing. So now the little sieve is full, and I have to, with my finger, make it go through the sieve, and it works just fine. I love hands-on stuff, you know. It's all, the more hands-on, the happier I am, because I feel we do so many things hands-off, and so many things between us and the food. I mean, your hands are, as my piano teacher used to say back in 1970, 1971 in New York City. She was Teresa Garbulinska. We would go to her for piano lessons, and when I was sitting at the piano, she would always stroke my hand, and she would say, "It is your hands are coming from your heart. Your hands and fingers are extensions of your heart." And you know, and then I just always kept that, even when I'm doing anything with my hands. You know, when I'm painting or writing or dancing or you know, giving a caring touch to someone. It's like the hands are an extension of the heart. And then my yoga teacher, the one who used to call me Creamy, she then took it further, and she's like, yes, and so are your lips. That's why sometimes women wear a little lipstick, just to bring the heart into the lips. And she'd say even the feet are an extension of the heart. And I guess everything is too, if you really want to get into it. Our voice is an extension of the heart. Hopefully, it's coming from our heart or lower. But our culture is so full of the head voice, you know, the voice, the reporting voice that comes from here. Oh no, I had a little bit of, I'm losing. Oh no. Oh, it's spilling precious coconut cream. And I'm licking it off, right off the counter. I do not care. Oh my God, it's, even though before it's hardened, it's already tastes delicious. Wow, this coconut is really releasing a lot of itself. It's having a great release. Must be feeling pretty good. It's releasing its goodness, as hopefully we all are, releasing our goodness into life. But sometimes God's hands have to give us a squeeze. Otherwise, we may not release anything. We may just sit there. Stop interfering my monologues. If God didn't give us a squeeze once in a while, you know, we may just be sitting in one spot, not moving and not doing anything. So we all need a little squeeze sometimes. As I say very often on my show, the greatest enemy of art is the lack of limitation. And another way of saying that is the greatest enemy of art is the lack of squeeze. I mean, we were born into the world, so we're squeezed. right? So there's gotta be something to it. Okay, I think for the sake of demonstration, I'm gonna, even though it's not fully done, I'm gonna pause it. And wow, already 30 minutes has gone by. Whew. Okay, but that's not bad. Actually, I expected it would be longer. I just have a tiny bit left over. I'll do that after we finish this whole procedure. So now I'm going to take these shavings and I'm going to put them into. Now you could also, if you didn't want to make any coconut milk, you could run these shavings through the juicer again. But I kind of like to, you know, let the juicer rest. And so now I put that in here, and here is another trick. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off this dang phone, which is going right through airplane mode. That is just so rude. Okay, so the trick to making coconut milk is that you're just going to put some water into this, but you warm the water just a little because, again, that will release more of the fat into the milk. So I'm putting in how much water? About the same amount of water as there is flakes, so that it'll be kind of like make it stronger tasting, but you can always dilute it. So now I'm going to plug in my induction stove top and warm up that water for a few seconds. Just warm, not hot, because we don't want to kill the vibrant enzymes and minerals. We're trying to keep everything as raw as possible. But you don't have to. I just do. You know, this is my passion. I mean, to you, it may look neurotic, but to me, it is just an expression of my passion. So, one man's neuroticism is another man's passion, or woman's, or whatever. Okay, now it's warm, just warm, gently warmed, and I'm going to put that in here, and yeah, I guess that is enough. Now I'm going to try to extract the last bits of deliciousness and fat from this coconut flakes, and I'm going to blend. Watch out! Okay, I think that I shook that up. This coconut certainly got a serious squeeze, and I guess I'm the delivery person for the squeeze of God for this particular coconut. So now here's my nut bag, my nut sack, and I open it up, and I'm going to pour this in here. And I guess I could add a little more water. Okay. Now it's in here, and now here come the squeezing. So basically what I'm squeezing out is nut milk. And then I'm going to combine it with the coconut water, and I'll have like a bottle or jar of nut milk. So I try to squeeze out every last piece, and it's good exercise. I try to make the kitchen as most oriented towards exercise as possible. So I put things higher so that I have to reach them, or I put things lower so I have to squat. I don't want everything convenient and comfortable. I mean, some convenience, clearly, just living modern life is very convenient, but I think too much convenience just turns us into, I don't know, something that I'm not very happy with. And then you just, you know, you just throw I put it out for the crows or any birds that might like it. So let's see, where's my well, basically here you have it. I'm just going to taste it how it is by itself. It's very mild, but once you add this, it'll be a lot. It'll have a greater punch to it. Oh, there's a little piece in here. Oh, well, well, anyway, you get the idea. I'm just gonna put these together, and let me show you how the cream looks. Wow, we got a lot of cream. So right now it's completely liquidy, right? Put it in the refrigerator, it will harden, and it will be heaven. This will be like your sacred jar of coconut cream, and you'll treasure it, not just because it's delicious, but because you put all this energy into making it. And all together with my talking, this has taken 36 minutes. That's not bad. I mean, extract the talking, this probably would take maybe 25 minutes or 20 minutes, or maybe even less. So there you have it. So I made coconut cream, and this will be coconut milk. I'll put these two together in a special jar, and then I'm going to wait until this hardens, and then I'm going to make my special watermelon hydrating sports drink. So there you have it. It's been fun, Diane. I hope this this helps, and I'm sorry that you broke your juicer, and I hope it was worth it. So try this, or it's good to have a good juicer. If you have one of those really flimsy cheap ones, I wouldn't do this. But if you have a relatively solid juicer and you follow these steps and you really cut it small and you warm it, your juicer should be okay. So it's been fun, and goodbye till our next session.